Thank you, Edmond. Good evening, business.
Kithuka. How about the insurance? You're most welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, listeners.
Insurance. Basically, insurance is required by every person from the perspective of individuals to those who are in work companies and those who are in business. So it is a general need by every person is around in one way or the other. There is some level of exposure depending on whatever you are doing. A person who is working in corporate is exposed to risk. A person who is in a studio Edmond, where you are now, you are equally exposed to some level of risk. And a person who is in shock attempting to his or business is equally exposed to some level of risks like accident, resulting from all sorts of risks. Therefore, insurance and income, that is the general business, but we also have life insurance. Life insurance is also bought by every person. When it is, when you have, everyone has the value he or she catches on life. And of course, if they are not around, the people leave behind, they need to build up some kind of fallback position in case they are not around and you are not around. So basically, as I've said in summary, each and every person, one way or the other, needs some insurance. Who is responsible for providing this insurance? If we don't think that they should provide it, it's interesting now. Well, we should take a pay for the insurance. What is the spirit of providing insurance really allows to is the level of
So you have a fallback position. You don't have to suffer contribution in insurance is kind of
Drop something as well. It's not big benefits. Drop something else.
Okay, now what we are talking about, for example, you could be having a car. It costs you 10 million, for example, a private vehicle. The premium you pay in a year cannot be more than, for example, cars called and income rating around 4%. That comes up to around 400,000 for the whole year. But now what you incur, for example, if there's to be an accident on the road, 400,000 compared to what your car is worth is really small. So at the end of the day, you tend to benefit from insurance. Given that insurance is a pool, many insurers come in and a few unfortunate ones benefit from that pool. So we collect money from different insurers under the same risk, but no, the few unfortunate are paid.
So it's kind of a circle. Many people will put some money for any comes from one person, that person benefits.
Yeah, from the contribution.
It's true. Yeah, it works.
It does.
Doctors wonder about individual insurance. What is that exactly?
Individual insurance basically is in two main areas. Your life, you can be insured personal as an individual. There's life insurance that you can take on for your life. And then there's also for your property. We own things, we own houses, we own things that we have in our homes, equipment. You can also take on insurance for your other things like cars and all that. But basically, we have to, as FDA Uganda, we have to major ones, given that we are dealing with general insurance business. We have the personal accident cover and the domestic package cover that we have as FDA Uganda.
What about those two?
Okay, personal accident, here we are talking about an individual life. We are protecting you against any accident. What has happened to you has to be accidental. It can't be planned. So if it's an accident that happens to you as a person, maybe you're driving on Kampala Road, someone runs over you, your life is protected. It has to be accidental. And then domestic package basically has different sections within it. This is taking care of your property. We have the building. If you have a house, you build up. You can protect it against fire, lightning, the many risks that are involved that you're exposed to, that you can be protected against. It has a section for contents. For example, you might not own a building. Most of us have a tenant. You can insure contents against risks. And then we have an all-risk cover. This takes care of equipment that we have. We can have a laptop, we have mobile phones, we're in the age where everyone has something that is valuable to them. So your contents can be covered under the all-risk section. We also have a workplace compensation section under the domestic package cover. This is basically to take care of your employees, the people that you employ to help you out at your home. So in case something happens to them, we have a fallback position. You don't have to now struggle, call neighbors, call relatives to help you out. Then we have another section that talks about the liability. You know, as you own a house, there's something that can happen to you or to your neighbors as a result of what you're doing, using your house for. So in case someone who in most cases in insurance, we call a third party, has an injury, maybe it's an injury to a person that is not part of your household, you can get compensation through an insurance company. Or property damage, maybe you're doing something in your house that damages your neighbor's property, you have the exact liability section under the domestic package.
So that's that insurance is meant for houses?
Yes.
Talk about that much. Doctors want cars. What kind of insurance is meant for cars? You know about that, but yeah, what comes in?
Thank you. For cars, you say you know about that person? Okay, now go deeper into those two. Now, for an individual who owns a car, you cannot actually, like my colleague told you, you can be on the road driving and you don't have comprehensive insurance. Reason being that you don't only have to look at yourself and your car, but you have to look at another person's car as well. Yeah? People crossing the road, all those will be covered under comprehensive insurance. So, when you look a person and he dies, comprehensive will cover the person. It covers for the injuries, it covers for property damage. You could drive a war. We have to pay for the war. Someone must pay for it. So insurance comes in to pay for that. We also, comprehensive goes on to cover. It's going to cover you, yourself in the car, for medical expenses. Yes. You're the driver now. The driver doesn't have to be the person you have paid to drive. No. Anyone could be your wife that day who is driving, your son. will be covered to a certain limit, of course. But comprehensive will cover you for malicious damage. It could be in a fight with someone and they destroy your car. It will cover you. Riots, strikes, political violence. Yes, you saw the problem which happened in Kenya. Have that also under comprehensive. However, for political violence, it comes at an extra cost. So, you pay 10% of the value you were going to pay for your comprehensive insurance as additional amount so that you have that cover for political violence. Because, yes, which are related to politics, definitely. And terrorism is also still political violence and terrorism. You pay an extra cost. So, some of you would ask, how come I have comprehensive but they say I don't have political violence? If you ask for political violence, it comes at an extra cost. So, all the insurance companies have this. So, people should come out with their cards, come and have comprehensive coverage. Now, for third-party insurance, third-party insurance. Yes. Acts of God, like
it rains a hat.
for that as well. That is an accidental indeed. It wasn't a willful act. That is accidental, so it's covered. It goes into cover flights, even a fire. So, when I go now to the third party, so we have the third party insurance, which many people take to be a tax. They say, it's not a tax. Third party insurance is a statutory duty for everyone. What the government is trying to say is, you do not want to cover yourself against any risk, but at least be careful about someone else. So that is what third party is all about. It covers the other person's injuries or death in case you knock them, either even if you have a motorcycle. As long as you're driving a motor vehicle of any kind, a motor vehicle would be a motorcycle, a bus, a small car, as long as you're driving it, even if you do not have any worry about your own health, worry about the third party. That's what the duties are about.
This is not insurance that we can that's the part of the head of marketing of insurance. It's not the insurance at the same time. This is Barbra Kithuka. Insurance, you will talk to them later. Talk to us about government. Let's take up policy as well. They got a lot of property, they got a lot of money as well. That is unfortunate part of the insurance industry. We
have a property, for example, your house where you're staying, you could have a dog. A dog just runs out and then maybe injures someone. So it divides into aspects. One, it can lead to bodily injury of a third party or death, and also property damage. So whatever might arise, for example, a dog runs out and then maybe bites the neighbor's kid, that can be under a liability section under the domestic violence law. And then maybe if you're doing something, maybe you're constructing or a tree from your side, you're cutting down a tree from your side, and then it lands on your neighbor's house, maybe damages the wall, damages the roof. That's the property damage bit of it under the liability section.
So you can check out insurance, and what happens, insurance company come and pay. Yes. 100% of it?
Yes, for liability covers, we do not have an excess, and that's 100%. Because most insurance covers have an excess, whereby you're insured, like you're self-insured up to a certain extent, then the insurance company comes in. And then, so for liability covers, we do not have that, so it's 100%. If you can prove that, actually, that's what was involved. The aspect is also still low. Ugandans, basically what people are valuing is little, but those who are aware of insurance, they take that extension under the implementing public service.
Has it been around for a long time or
It's been there for long.
more than 9 months?
More than years, for years. Been around.
public is starting to understand the need for it. Recently, there are many cars now coming in the country, and I'll give you an example. You have a car in a bond, and then you purchase a car from a bond, and in about 2 weeks of you having it, it's a petroless. Maybe it rolls over. Yes. Maybe it was in a loan given to you on loan basis. How do you then go back and possibly clear the loan? So people now understand, and the banks are also strict on that. If you take out the loan, you have to back on it. So this has helped us with the banks. The third-party insurance statutory part has also helped us with insurance, because when someone comes in cover, then the next year they're able to understand, I think that person really is a very big way as me. So the next time they now want a cover from themselves. original copy. They would ask for the local copy of the record. And then you would have to show where the record is. It has to be inspected. A vehicle is put on cover or shows cover, it has to be inspected to see its condition. Will it have new tires? Will it have a new radio? Or is the radio original? Is it original defect? So that is one of the inspection. With those two, then you would have to pay the money, which would have to be based on is it a bus? A bus has a different version of motorcycle from a small car. So once you get up, you have the local copy, then you have
have to be able to knock out some basic things you need. And then fall down. All this basically relates to projects also. If you have a laptop, how much type of laptop is it? If you have a phone, what type of phone is it? How much is it worth? So basically it's about the value, the description, the serial numbers, and then for the liability section, it's up to you. You can give, depending on the neighborhood, you can export 50 million, 100 million. Basically it's up to you. One of the proposal or insurance.
What I can say is, insurance requires you to claim as soon as possible. So how long you take to claim really is you who's delaying the person who's insured. Otherwise, you would want the person to claim as soon as you get the problem. If you're injured, or bleeding yourself or injured. If you're dead and you're not able to call in for cases like the workers' compensation or HADOC, there are always links to claims. If the employer is unable to take up the cover, then insurance companies still have it for employee. So, this has students and then the procedures, each policy, each insurance policy has different requirements. And again, each insurance company is able to limit their requirements sometimes. Like I told you before, for motor insurance cover, in APA, we require you to have a copy of a logo. You would be the same in another insurance company. So, but the basics are, they have to be like one every insurance company requires yes, it's a requirement. For every incident, you have to fill out the form. Now the question is, where do you get the form from? The insurance company. When you report the claim, they send you a form for you to complete. Get the claim done. Some of the forms are online, so it really depends on the company.
So if you get in the month later, then you can sponsor the insurance.
It also depends on the insurance company. But most of them depends on how soon you can pay the requirements. I'll tell you, if it's a car and you ask for quotation, you have to bring those quotations for us to go into this. The quotations are repair quotations for the vehicle, say your vehicle is an accident. So, if it takes long, then you wait. You're waiting on you to bring those quotations.
Alright, let's see what the car has a problem. Let me get the thing done. If you pay the claim on the garage, just don't mind to worry about it. And after, what you pay for the other one, you say.
As APO, talking on behalf of APO, we immediately assess the quotations, come to a reasonable amount of repairs, and then authorize repairs to go on. So we immediately do instructions to have the person come to the garage, they have it fixed, and the vehicle is fixed. And we know for sure that you have told us the vehicle has been completely done, or the garage has summoned us to pay them, then payment should not exceed 2 days. That is a change.
That is what.
Now, even before we place Barbra in this, Toyota wouldn't accept a car which hasn't been registered to be repaired. But they can accept you to buy a part. You know, you can buy a bumper, yeah, lights, headlights. They would accept that, but they don't accept it has to be done. You can purchase it there. So, either way, even if you were to buy a part there and make your vehicle second hand, you would always get the share through that. Current, if the vehicle has been on the road for 5 years, and here you have a new bumper, you have to check the bumper for 5 years.
It's not like that for a minute. I'm not at 0 for 1. 2 for a camera. 0 for 1. 2 6 7. 0 for 1. 2 6 1.
Clean your